aka Diz, and this is The Force Always.
Welcome to the show. This is The Force Always, on the go, not in the studio this week, but let's get on with the Star Wars news. We have the Mandalorian Season 2, Chapter 11, Episode 3, all those numbers again, called the Heiress, I think it is, and the review will be about later on in the show in the review section. Stick around for that one. It's a mighty one this week. But anyway, let's get on with more Star Wars news. This week really has been marred by the big USA election and Trump versus Biden, and really taking over the whole news sort of thing. Even how Trump has not conceded, really, a different type of Star Wars, the Wars of the Stars in the USA. But anyway, that's, just a little bit of insight. I'm sure you all know about that. But anyway, more news. In last week's episode, here is a character poster of the Frog Lady. The Frog Lady. That's right, the Frog Lady. Here's the character poster. They're releasing these things every single week. There you go. Anyway, to more news. We've got some great MandoMonday.com merchandise. Check this one out. This is the Mandalorian helmet. I mean, this is the mighty one. My goodness, that's a fantastic one. Here's some other Star Wars merchandise you can get through Mando Mondays. It's actually something, I don't know, I think it's going to be the worst selling Funko Pop, only because the episode was really sort of not widely accepted as great. That's last week's episode 2 or chapter 10 of season 2, The Mandalorian. It's of the Frog Lady's sort of chamber where she keeps her eggs. It looks interesting as a Funko Pop, but yeah, anyways, I just let you know that's it. Also, to more news, Liam Neeson is in my neck of the woods, Melbourne, Australia. Liam Neeson, who played Qui-Gon Jinn in The Phantom Menace and reappeared in little bits and pieces throughout the Star Wars galaxy, including The Rise of Skywalker by voice, he's in Melbourne. He's shooting a film called Black Light. Be more information about that hopefully sooner than later. But Liam Neeson, Qui-Gon Jinn, The Force Always is here in Melbourne. Anyway, so that's pretty... Oh, so one more piece of information. George Lucas has revealed a bit more of the sequel trilogy treatment story that he would have had created. And here is an image. Darth Maul would have come back somehow in his eyes. Maybe the way that we saw through Clone Wars, I'm unsure about that. But then we've got this female version of a Maul called, I think it's Darth Thanos or Talnor. Look, it's a very good-looking Maul. I can just see what's going to happen out of this one. It's a little bit, I don't know, a bit of risque, if you ask me. But don't get me wrong, I think the look is fantastic. I think the combination looks great. It would have created something sort of interesting for Star Wars in the sequel trilogy. But yet again, we've all got to understand that the story as it is as it is. That's we should all accept that, and any other versions of the story, whether it's mine, yours, or whatever it is, that's just not it. Anyway, but that's the Star Wars news for this time around. Let's get into the views. Views will be actually my story idea on Star Wars. That's my views. It's a story idea of any part of the storyline. Basically, look, it's to do with the Darth Maul image that we saw, the treatment that George Lucas would have given the sequel trilogy, having Darth Maul come back. I think the one big mistake in Star Wars is that people who die come back. It's happened 3 times now to three big characters, only because, in my opinion, of the fan desire for them to come back. The Emperor was one, Darth Maul was another, and now Boba Fett, whatever you want to say. I sort of like them coming back. I think they got interesting stories to say, but the whole story idea for myself is to have Star Wars characters who die, just die. That's it. Now, if there's a reason behind the death and coming back, you need to create. The Star Wars needs to create the science, the Star Wars science of why. I mean, we can't just keep on guessing. We can't keep on blaming, people coming back and why, when, how. I just think but personally as a story idea, it's a little bit weak. So my story idea is not to have Star Wars characters die and come back again. As a Force ghost, I get it. But with the Sith, we've got to do something with the bad guys or the Sith or whatever in why they've actually come back in a real life form. Technically, Boba Fett is not a Sith, but, we've got to we've got Darth Maul, who turned into Maul. He dropped the title Darth, and Emperor. They're all bad guys. There could be a connection to that. Anyway, we've got to come up with something. Star Wars story group, please, for God's sake. Anyway, so that's my Star Wars story idea for this time around. Let's get into the reviews. Reviews is of the season 2 of The Mandalorian, which is on Disney Plus. It's episode 11. Chapter 11. It's the episode 3. It's the third one. There's 5 more to go. This one was called the Heiress or whatever it is. I'm unsure how to pronounce it correctly. But this was a boom of an episode, man, and that means good. This is a 9.5 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. The look to this the color palette. The color palette. Just the scenes, the seamless effects, the anticipation in this particular episode, directed by Howard as well, written by Jon Favreau. It's a 9.5 out of 10. I even thought Frog Lady was good in this episode. I thought it was sort of dealt with good. I love the calamari type planet. I thought this had a realistic yet industrial yet sort of Star Wars feel, especially on the starship. My God, it was absolutely a great episode. I'd say the story probably lacked an absolute riveting storyline. It was very good. That's the only thing I thought it lacked in. Just a little bit of a great storyline. It was very good, but that's it. 9.5 out of 10 for this particular episode 3 of season 2. It's chapter 11. It's called the Heiress. Check it out now on Disney Plus. Anyway, let's get into now the interviews. Interviews is just 2 questions we'll ask myself for you guys out there. The first question is, it's actually Star Wars Celebration Shop. Would I shop at the Star Wars Celebration Shop? And I've said to people many of a time, I think when you're at Star Wars Celebration, the shop is pretty hard to get into. The actual Star Wars official shop. There's many little outlets and shops in there, which is much better. Much better. My God, the amount of things you can get in those little shops and like this sort of like a Star Wars shopping mall is fantastic. I think the Star Wars official shop, it's so long to get into. I think it's overrated. That's what I think. It's got some okay stuff, and that's it. That's my first question. It's leading into a second question at the moment. So my second question is, what's the best ever item I've come across at the Star Wars Celebration shop in Star Wars Celebration or online at the moment? This has definitely got the number one equal position. I'm sure there's probably one or two other things in there that I can't remember right now. But this fur ball, it looks like a ball. It's fur. It's actually the egg from season 1 of The Mandalorian, the Jawas, the little Jawas that were wanting to cut open the egg and eat the yolk or whatever it was inside. This is just something that's stupid, but is so realistic. It looks exactly the same thing as on the actual show. And it's sort of like, even though it's a fur ball, anyone can make a fur ball, it's just sort of like, it's one of those things that like you can make anything out of. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, you can just use this as a, you know, as a funky furniture piece in your house, in your bedroom. I thought it was fantastic. So this is definitely the number one Star Wars Celebration shop merchandise I've seen. This one probably with the oh my god, I never remember the thing that was on Empire Strikes Back. Those things that attach themselves to the Millennium Falcon whilst they were in the asteroid on inside a big worm. It was a Milac or something like that, and you could actually stick that inside your car as like a sort of toy suction cup sort of thing. You know, only a Star Wars fan would know what that is, a hardcore Star Wars fan. Some may sort of recognise it, but most Star Wars fans would know what that is, even if you don't know the name, as I'm not remembering once again right now. Anyway, so that's the second question to my interviews. It's a different type of interviews to Q this week, but anyway, I just thought I'd give you my bits and pieces on that. Please subscribe to the channel, The Force Always. It's on a weekly basis. Star Wars news, views, reviews, interviews. I'm coming direct from the car this week. You know, woo, look at the back. It's all in black. But anyway, it is raining outside here in Melbourne. But anyway, we get on with the Star Wars stuff. Subscribe to the channel, The Force Always, only on YouTube. You can Twitter me with any messages, or you can do an Instagram, which my details are just down there. Even YouTube, message me. Until next week, my friends, keep rocking.